For the 200s, we brought back Battle of the Chefs, and we are joined by Prime Minister Julia Gillard, a.k.a. Gabby Millgate, and former Prime Minister, who sometimes still thinks he is Prime Minister, Kevin Rudd, a.k.a. Anthony Ackroyd.
Yes, that's right. These guys are going to be battling it out to make their best Aussie breakfast dish. So, Julia, just tell us what you're going to do.
Yeah, let's get cooking.
Okay, this morning I'll be doing an Aussie...
What do you want me to do?
Hang on.
I'll start with the onions.
I think we're speaking to the Prime Minister, David.
Oh, OK.
A little bit of respect.
We'll talk quietly over here and plan our spill.
We're doing an Aussie rarebit.
Aussie rarebit.
It's a kind of Welsh rarebit, but it's made with Vegemite.
Oh,
so it's very Australian. Normally I don't cook, so we just have to crack a few eggs here, and we soak the bread in the eggs like that.
Sonia, I don't know if you know this, but I've got a former Prime Minister who's very upset over here. I'm not. He says it's the onions. I think it might be somebody else's fault.
I'm just getting a bit of memory flashbacks to 010. David, has Julia got a knife? Keep that away from her.
Yes, I do. I'm surprised you're not cooking Chinese breakfast, because everyone knows once you have a Prime Minister that speaks Chinese, you feel like another one half an hour later. Sonia, if you could get into that.
Hey, no more of that language here.
So, normally I don't cook. I've got a sushi train here with some fairy bread, chitty chitty bang bang. Uliano likes to have that when he comes over.
The Indonesian president.
It's the sustenance under stressful, harrowing employment, and that just rolls through the lodge like that. Tim's developed it.
Oh,
and
nice.
I just pick a bit off as I'm dealing with all the crisis going on. Thank you very much for that contribution, Kevin.
Now, let's see what you're doing over here, former Prime Minister Kevin Rudd. What are we cooking today?
I was just thinking Wayne Swan could do with a pair of these. I don't think they'd be that big, though.
Vine ripens.
Yeah, so what are we doing? What are we doing here?
Kevin's 07 ingredients.
Yeah.
7 ingredients, all in the one pan, so I have complete control
of
all my ingredients. And I'll make sure that I finish the meal. I don't get cut off maybe 2/3 of the way through cooking it.
How do you
can happen sometimes around Julia.
Mr. Rudd, how do you like your eggs?
I like them to be under my control. I like them to be as hard as Julie Bishop's eyeballs and a little bit gooey inside, just like Mr. Combe. So I'll just slice up Wayne. The tomato.
Have you ever actually cooked for each other? Have you ever cooked for when you guys were talking? Cooked for the now Prime Minister?
Julia will remember this. I once had her at the lodge, and we had a little bit of wine, and things happen, don't they, David? But. Sometimes they don't go... Well, one thing leads to another, and
then you lose the leadership.
Exactly.
OK, I understand.
Now, let me assure the people of Australia that we will be rolling out the sushi train nourishment system with the national broadband, so that women who are working under harrowing conditions will be able to give sustenance. And now, when Kevin comes to visit to give me his full support of me being Prime Minister now in this horrible time, I give him some lemons to suck on.
OK, well, look, you know, we're going to finish off cooking these delicious Aussie breakfasts soon, but let's... oh, no! Where are my eggs? We are back with Prime Minister Julia Gillard and former Prime Minister Kevin Rudd, who have been slaving over a hot taxpayer stove to make us their best Aussie breakfast.
Yes, and to judge these culinary delights, I think we might use that term loosely, is Paul Mercurio, our official taste tester. First up, Paul, Gabby's Aussie rarebit, or Julia's Aussie rarebit.
Yes, it's very rare, isn't it?
Just remind us what you've done there.
Well, what I've done here is I've smashed some eggs here and I've put it there, and I've done the Vegemite and I've put some cheese on toast.
There's a little note there too. What's that note say, Prime Minister?
Oh, the note says call Bruce. That's a little reminder for me to call Bruce. I've got some things I want to talk to him about.
I'm sure you do.
Absolutely.
But this is how the sushi train works. Chew, 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 chew.
I'm supposed to?
And then you take a piece.
If you wouldn't mind, just trying that.
I just have to say, I have a hard time swallowing anything served up by these two, so...
Bazinga, Paul, bazinga.
OK, trying that, Paul. Look at that face, folks. Let's move on to the former Prime Minister, Kevin Rudd.
No one will see that.
Now, can I just say, David, this, I know this looks a bit like a slush.
No, don't do that. Don't.
But we need a fair shake of the sauce bottle.
I will not be lectured on breakfast by this man.
What is it? What is it?
Fair shake of the sauce bottle, Paul. There we go. Kevin 07's ingredients.
I just a little taste like that.
Oh, careful.
Oh, you love the raw onions, Paul.
Does it taste bitter? Because he is.
He's going back for more.
Paulie, there can only be one winner. Can you tell us who will it be? We're going to go back to the future or stay with our Prime Minister?
You know what? What I want to do is just one hand on the trophy each and fight over it because that was pretty disgusting.
Thank you to Gabby and Anthony for joining us on our 200th episode. I thought we really were in the presence of greatness there. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for being part of this year.